Hi, I'm Mark Caesar along with Ed Clements and Sergeant Sam Cox. Welcome to our vodcast, where we talk about the latest developments in the presidential race. Let's start first with energy, gasoline prices, oil prices. Barack Obama said this week, make sure your tires are inflated properly, get a tune-up. Those are some of the most important things we can do right now. Is he winning over voters with that kind of talk?
I don't think so, Mark, because gas, even though it's come down in the last week about 20 cents, it's still a burden on all Americans, and not only Americans who drive to work, school, or vacation, it's the industry too. So I think just by saying inflating your tires and get a tune-up is not going to help in the long run.
The most ludicrous part of that statement was that by doing that, that's going to replace the energy we would get by offshore drilling. Now that is not true. You know, if everybody kept their tires at the proper inflation, everybody kept the proper tune-up, we would still need more oil because more people are driving, more people are coming to the United States, and we have other countries that have a higher demand as well.
Do you think McCain won this week when it comes to this debate over gasoline prices and oil? Did he win? Was it a draw? Did Obama win?
I think
absolutely.
McCain wins on this one because the majority of the American people want offshore drilling. They realize that we need to take care of ourselves in drilling. And I think McCain has won on this, and I think the Democrats are looking really, really silly in their fight, especially in the U.S. Senate against it.
Oh, I think they're taking a good lick because you've already seen a ballasting. McCain's coming up, Obama's coming down just a tad on the numbers. And if he keeps holding, I don't see how he can change his position on the drilling. He's flip-flopped on so many things.
Which one? Who?
If Obama flip-flops on his position and says, now, yeah, I guess we do need to drill, that's going to be major.
Okay.
Because he's flopped on so many different things. And if he stays the course, I think it'll kill his election. I really do, because people are sick and tired of paying the high price.
Well,
Me being one of them.
I don't know if it's going to kill his election, but
yeah.
if McCain can articulate correctly the plight of the American people and the lack of performance by the Democrats, including Barack Obama, it's going to help him in the November.
I still think McCain has blown it by not being in Washington,
Right.
at least for this week, the final week of Congress, leading the charge to open more areas to drilling. Think of the coverage he could have received. He could have also said, Obama's out there running around the country while I'm here trying to lower your gas prices.
Oh, he missed a very golden opportunity. He should have been leading the charge. But he's left that to a lame duck president. And that's not a good strategy, because there's so much disdain against George Bush that a lot of people, no matter what he says, how much sense it makes, won't listen to him. If McCain would have been the one that leading the charge, proposing legislation, and really telling all of his constituents, I'm trying to do what I can to lower your gas
And been on the
prices.
Senate floor with Mitch
Sure.
McConnell fighting for it. I think, Mark, you're exactly right about that.
Some of the polls that came out this week, however, still indicate a lot of Americans believe that the long-term solution is more solar and wind. And the Obama people think, aha, that's in our favor because that's what we're arguing.
But they're a minority. They're a minority. I too think that solar, wind, petroleum, it's a combination. There is no 100% fix. But right now, today, our economy you can say it's rising. We still have problems with the economy. It's not roaring. We have General Motors. We have the airlines. We have all kinds of different problems right now with different manufacturing because of the energy prices. And right now, petroleum is the cheapest energy to extract.
Also this week, Obama was in Missouri, and he told an audience, McCain is going to try to scare you. And he gave a litany of things that will be thrown out. One thing he said is, they'll claim I don't look like all the other guys who've been on the dollar bills and the $5 bills. And of course, this has touched off a debate. McCain's people followed the next day and said, he just injected the race card into this thing. We're not talking about race, and he's the one that played the race card. What do you make of all of this?
He did play the race card because he's saying, I'm black and I don't look like these other guys. Don't be scared of me. He
said that a month ago, too.
Yeah.
This is not the first time Obama has said something like this.
Yeah, it's not. And
one of the first times McCain's really come forward, though, and really
Responded.
hammered in on it and responded to it.
You're right about that.
Well, I hate to see them bringing this the race card in this way, because it's just going to get worse going into November. And I think we'll have some splinter groups trying to do some stuff on both sides, some scare tactics on both sides that do nothing to this election.
Well, slowly.
So
but
you
surely.
think Obama did inject it? Or
Yeah,
you say-
I think he
okay.
did. Sure, I think he did. Sure.
All right.
But it's nice to see McCain is finally getting out there and being a little more defensive instead of being so passive like he was. When
Defensive?
Yeah, he's defensive.
Or on
and
offense?
Both.
He was on the offense. I don't think
You know,
he's defensive
there's
about it.
times, if you get on him, he responds. He's verbal. He's more forceful.
Okay.
And he's doing what he should have been doing months ago.
More aggressive. Much more
Exactly.
aggressive. Okay.
Exactly.
Now, he also came out with an ad this week that showed Britney Spears and Paris Hilton and Barack Obama appearing in Germany before the big crowd saying, look, he's one of these celebrities that
Rock
a lot
star.
of people adore,
Yeah.
but they have no substance. And so now people are trying to figure out, is McCain going to score points with this ad? Will it work in Obama's favor? What do you think? Was
Well,
that a
for
good
so
ad?
many months, what did Obama said? I'm for change. I'm for change. Vote for me. I'm for change. What's change?
I think it's a
What?
pretty clever idea because with Britney Spears and Paris Hilton, I think it was a pretty clever ad that just to say, hey, like Sam says, where's the substance? And he's sort of like a rock star going around the world.
And what they're also projecting, here's a beautiful man, but it's an empty suit.
Well,
You
some
know,
people, I don't
when
think
it-
it's
when it
totally
comes-
empty suit,
well,
Sam,
no,
but
when it
the
comes-
experience factor's big.
Yeah, that's what I'm having reference to. Experience. He doesn't have what I have. I'm a full suit. He's an empty suit.
And the other big story this week has been the continued stream of rumors from both campaigns about running mate candidates. And we are getting closer and closer to those announcements. I think these campaigns dribble this stuff out to keep attention focused on their
Yeah.
campaigns. Now some people are saying McCain might pick a woman to run with him. Any advice, any thoughts on what these folks are going to end up doing finally?
If he picks the governor of Alaska, that would just thrill me to death. She's a gun-shooting, moose-eating, hard-nosed conservative.
And she's also got big problems. She's under investigation for allegedly having her ex-brother-in-law fired from a
Yeah.
government job.
I'd
So
run from
that,
those.
that could be a bad
I would,
pick.
I would
I didn't know
run
about
from
that.
the Alaska politicians with what happened to Ted Stevens this week too.
That's
Yeah.
not good either.
Who's Obama going to pick?
I don't know. I think Evan Bayh of in Indiana is still viable. I think one of the guys from Virginia, Kane from Virginia, possibly. I don't know.
His name has been big.
He's got to go with a state where it's going to bring him some delegates.
All right, thanks for joining us on this week's version of the vodcast. And please tune in weekday mornings, 5:30 to 10 on the radio. For Mark, Ed, and Sergeant Sam, thanks for joining us.